Okay, so I took my two placemats and I put them pretty side to pretty side, and I sewed two straight seams, and I sewed across the bottom, and then I measured and I cut because I'm going to box the corners. So what I have to do is I pull this out. Let's see, pull it out like this and nest the seams. Then I'm going to clip it and I'm going to sew straight across, and that is what gives you a boxy corner. Now I have to decide what I'm going to do with the seams, because the seams on the sides of the bag, I think I'm going to have to cut the seams. I think I'm going to have to trim them. I either have to trim them or I have to iron them so they'll lay flat. So you just take where you've cut it and you pull it apart, and then you nest the seams. You put one seam going one way and one seam going the other way to try to get rid of the bulk. Okay, and then I'm going to pin it, and this will give you the bottom of your bag. It will give you a straight bag. I might have made I might have cut it just a little too small, but we'll see what happens. I've never done this before with this type of placemat, so I'm just working on it. This is what you have at the bottom, and then I'm going to have to sew. As always, when you sew, when you do your new stitches, you always want to lock in your stitches by going backwards, sewing back stitches and then forward stitches. So anyway, so I've got this, and you want to make sure that you sew. I'm going to use my presser foot as my guide so I can sew a nice straight line. You always want to hold on to your threads. If you hold on to your threads, that helps in the beginning. You will not have skip stitches and things like that. So as I sew, I'm taking out my clips. My presser foot is my guide. You want to sew nice and straight. I want to go all the way across. Then I want to back up, and back up. Lock those stitches in. Okay, then I'm going to take my work out. So this is what I have where I sewed. Let me clip the strings, and then I'm going to do the other side. And then I have to decide what I want to do with my handle of the bag. Okay. So now I need to go ahead and sew this side just like I sewed the other side. This is my practice bag. I have no idea what I'm going to end up with, but as I work on this bag, it's going to give me an idea. So again, I'm just going to make sure that I'm using my presser foot at the end of the material. The presser foot is going to be my guide because I want to sew the same. I hold my strings. Now I'm going to back up, and I'm going to sew again. Back up. Okay. Keeping right with the edge of that fabric. Oh, okay. My seam. Let me nest this seam. My seam came loose, so I want to make sure it's down. Okay. Okay, very good. Make sure that's down. Okay. Okay, now if you want a sewing machine that is really good at handling thick things, this Singer Heavy Duty, it does handle thick fabric. Okay, so now I got the box at the bottom, and probably what I'm going to do is where I've sewed, I'm probably going to do a zigzag to hold those, to make those even stronger. But for now, I want to turn it the right way and see how the bottom of the bag looks. Okay, now this is the pretty side, okay? So when I put these together to sew, I put them pretty side to pretty side. And they were facing each other. So I got the side sewed. And now here's the bottom. Look at that. There's the bottom of the bag. Doesn't that look good? So that is how you box the bottom of a bag. And now it sits flat. And now I have to decide what I would like to do as far as the straps on the bag. So 2 placemats sewn together, pretty side to pretty side. I'm going to show you that real quick. So this is the placemats. The blue is the pretty side to pretty side. And then you just sew straight down and straight across and straight across, leaving the top open, okay? And if you want to box your corners, you're going to cut a square out of this corner, and you want to cut the same exact amount out of each corner. This is what I took out of my bag on each side. And now I've got a nice flat bottom bag. Okay, that's easy way to box corners. Nothing to it.